How to use PVC pipe, create a wheeled hydraulic loader. Just thinking about this question is exciting enough. After all, in the hands of most people, the primary use of PVC pipes is for unclogging. But when it comes to the master, he became a production capacity pipe, an all-around athlete who can run and earn money. I saw you take a PVC pipe and cut off a section, grind the cut edges smooth. That serious look, it's like giving a tube that's about to go in the bath. Pre-sun beauty treatment. Then a PVC board was taken out, draw a circular outline on it, and cut it out. Attentive friends should be able to see it. This is the first one produced during the entire process. Wheel hub of the loader. That's right, we haven't seen the wheels yet. The wheels have already been installed. Then, using a homemade simple lathe, the edges of the original film were machined to be smooth. This small lathe was rudimentary, but it works even better in your hands than the German. Then use the initially cut round tube for test. Finally, use permanent 502 glue is used to bond and fix it. This completes the initial shape of the wheel hub. Next, we will refine, make the entire wheel hub look more perfect. In this way, this resulted in an exquisitely designed wheel hub structure. I held it in my hand and examined it for a long time. If I didn't know it was made of PVC, everyone thought it was taken from a real car. The next step is to make the tread. You take out the black smelly foam with the help of 502 glue layer by layer. It is covered. Joint. This operation looks like putting a cotton padded coat. One layer is not enough, add another layer. I was afraid he would get the side surface was then removed. This yields a well-proportioned tire structure. Then mark transverse lines evenly on the tire tread. This step is for creating a high. I saw you bend a wire heating, then press it onto the tire surface. Evenly heat out the tire tread pattern. Thus, a tire structure that's even more realistic than the real thing. Using wire to heat out textures is amazing. Even more down to earth than a real tire production. The key effect was surprisingly good. Use the same method, make 4 tires of the same size. 4 tires placed together. It was so neat and tidy. I just want to inflate them one by one. Next, you took out a cardboard box and pens to draw. Then remove the gear structure, layout, and planning on the drawing. This step involves manufacturing the drawing gears on paper. The principle of turning in the brain. This is what is known as having a clear understanding of the situation. Cut out the finished drawing. Transfer to PPC board. This is a really useful little trick for crafting. To put it bluntly, it's the ultimate level of copying home. Copying your own home. Next, cut a certain length of lead screw. Used to make drive shafts, lead screw. In someone else's hands, it's just a spiral. In your hands, it becomes the driving force. Subsequently, secure the gears and bearings to the appropriate. My next step is to build the PVC support structure. Secure the internal gears and transmission rod firmly. What kind of theoretical knowledge and thinking is required? And they can still coordinate so smoothly and perfectly. To put it bluntly, it means having a good enough skilled with hands. Indispensable at last. The outer shell can then be bent and sealed as a single piece. Sturdy and more aesthetically pleasing. Then continue cutting out a section of thread rod. This step requires fabricating the drive gear structure. The seemingly smooth production process behind it all was intricate design and complex process. Just like how you see someone easily doing a cat's cradle. I tied it into a knot the moment I started. The edge of the fixing structure for the drive gear is then glued on. Use small triangular structures for bonding. Details must not be overlooked. And apply lubricating oil to the internal gear. This would allow the entire bridge to be. At this point, the front and rear drive axle structures are now complete. The 2 bridges placed side by side are symmetrical. All that's left is the main. How to install and fit with tires. First, install the pre-made transmission disc structure according to the pre-drilled holes on the wheel. Drill holes for fixing. This achieves a perfect connection with the wheel. The wheel turns. The drive bridge starts working. At that moment, it was as if I could hear the roar. Although he didn't even have an engine. The rest can be made into the home. The frame structure of the loader. First, draw a floor plan on paper. Transfer the structure onto the PVC board. This is the construction of the front frame. As is well known, the loader adopts a toe point steering structure. The front and rear are 2 separate body frames. Isn't this unusual shape a bit hard to understand? Keep reading and you'll understand. The greatest joy of crafting lies in, at first glance, it looked like the final result will surprise even yourself. Triangular structure in front of it. It's the corner joint key that works with the rear frame. Drill round holes and install bearings. Then mount it onto the frame. Pay attention. These are 2 opposite corner joint structures. So the basic shape of the entire front frame is now complete. The next steps, it means connecting it to the drive bridge. First, glue the components to the frame and drive axle. Secure the connection key. Then drill holes and secure with screws. It can then be installed perfectly. The moment the screw is tightened, the chassis and axle officially became husband. Never leave or forsake. Next is the construction of the rear frame structure. Use the same operation and method. It is important to note here that each component must be made before it is manufactured. Thorough planning and design in advance. Besides that, it's a test of practical skill. In layman's terms, it means think things through before you act. Don't finish soldering only to find it can't be installed. Next, let's look at the fitting and installation. This is a concave convex fit. Steering structure with bearing in the middle. Steering power is provided by hydraulic rods at both ends after a period of meticulous coordination and installation. This is how toe turning structures work. There is a waist between the front and rear twist and turn. Yoga instructors are also flexible. Install the rear axle. Then the entire chassis structure is complete. Then continue feeding material. Make the tail counterweight box structure and glue and fix it in place. Cut rebar of the same size. Build the entire counterweight box. Seal the cover. The counterweight structure is now complete. Once the rebar is inserted, this counterweight is amazing. Next, continue feeding material. Make oddly shaped parts, then glue it together. This is the structure of the rear bumper that was manufactured. The installation went smoothly, and its shapely features. The essential outline of the loader is then revealed. Just like a person has a skeleton, all that's left is to gain weight. What about the next episode? Let's make this PVC. The loader is really moving. Not only can it run, they also need to be able to shovel lift, and do real work. This seemingly ordinary pile of plastic pipes, to what extent can it evolve? We'll find out in the next episode. The car body structure was basically completed. Let's get back to work. Take out paper and pen and draw the component structure. This step involves building. It was then transferred to a PVC board for cutting. Structure of a single. 3 layers of PVC boards need to be stacked and to ensure strong load-bearing capacity. The 3 layers of boards are more than 3 times stronger than a single layer. This is strength. A testament to this in the PVC. The next step is to create a measuring device to connect the two booms. This is still a perfect bending tips. The completed connection structure, adhesive to the two booms. Drill the movable connection holes at both. Install bearing pile. The boom can swing up and down flexibly, flowing even faster than a person's elbow. Next, use the same method to create the rocker. Clear thinking combined with excellent hands-on skills. Each one of them is a perfect accessory to thus create. Next, we will create combine the rocker arm and the boom. Even this forging of they are all designed so perfectly. It's truly amazing. The nail fit perfectly the moment it was inserted. Even people with obsessive compulsive disorder would find this satisfying. Next, we'll create a linkage and installed in place this way. Basic bucket movable wall structure was obtained. Then it is connected to the vehicle body structure. Oh, it looks so cute. Next comes the construction of the large first double bucket. Draw the 2 sides of the bucket, still using traditional processing recipes. No detail of the design should be overlooked. Strive for the ultimate perfect. Put it simply, include as many items. Wish I could see a real excavator bucket. They can't even recognize themselves as the real. Now we can use the 2 side panels. The entire broad beam structure was glued together. You may not believe in the strength of love, but a drop of 502 that is forever solidified will definitely show you what true realism is. Right and solid. With the help of 502, the basic shape of the broad beam gradually becomes. Next is the making of the silkworm. You glue 2 long and 1 short PVC pieces. Then, using a homemade cutting machine, this yields the silkworm tooth structure. Finally, arrange them evenly in place. Isn't it a very simple and easy to learn craft? I don't know if you've all learned it yet. If you think it's simple, that means you have succeeded. I was fooled by the pro player's smooth gameplay. You might not even be able to cut the first tooth evenly. Next, install the connection key between the bucket and then you can attach it to the frame. The movable arms are connected together. So the basic structure of the boom and bucket, it has been completed. A small view of the entire loader, it is also gradually becoming apparent. From a bunch of pipes, the plank had evolved into the prototype of a loader. Like watching your own child grow up. Although the child smelled of glue all over and below, it will be the most important power transmission for the entire structural fabrication. First, prepare a 12-volt DC geared motor and plan the installation location. This is for the entire loader. The source of motivation, although the motor is small, its torque is more than enough to move this PVC behemoth. Next, a simple T-junction gearbox structure. They are responsible for inputting power, rear axle output power. The basic structure consists of 2 small sprockets composed of a chain. The housing consists of 2 side plates with bearing and top and bottom seal. Apply internal lubricant before sealing. Thus, a small gearbox is completed. Gearbox cover. The chain on the side began to work silently. Prepare the universal coupling below. Connect the entire transmission system. Pay attention to how the master craftsman perfects connection in place. Here we need to test the toe. Coupling installation at the turning point. Ensure steering while it can still maintain perfect transmission. The name universal joint itself evokes a vivid image. You can go anywhere, more flexible than your cervical spine. Next, you can turn on the power. Test the connection status of each transmission line. This completes the entire walking transmission system. Next up is the bucket. Manufacturing of the control and steering system. First, the hydraulic rod needs to be made. You found some aluminum tubes and cut to a certain length. Then cut one end of the stainless steel to fabricate an earring structure. Aluminum tubes are used to make steel. Stainless steel rods are used to make this combination of dry aluminum tubing and stainless soy milk with fried dough sticks. Perfect match. Next, cut out some PVC sheets. First, we'll make a steel body with an earring at one end. The head structure was tested and it's fit with the steel body. It can then be installed and secured with screws. Next was the construction of the event. Install the PVC pipe and cut an oil outlet. Next, we'll move on to making the piston head. First, take a glued PVC sheet, grind out a groove for installing the rubber ring. Then put on the rubber ring and it is secured to the piston plate with a snap ring. Next, the entire piston mechanism is installed this way. The entire cylinder body is sealed. Finally, the earring structure was slightly beautified. This way, delicate hydraulic rod has been completed. Use the same method, make 5 hydraulic rods of different sizes, installed in different locations according to different applications. 3 controls for the bucket's movement. The other 2 control the steering mechanism. 1 has to admire this incredibly strong hands-on skill. 5 hydraulic rods are clearly defined. Each performs its own duties, even better than the coordination between departments in a company. The next steps are hydraulic distribution and electrical system creation. The next video will continue with the completed work of this master. How to use PVC. Pipes were used to build a wheeled hydraulic loader. Next, we will manufacture the hydraulic PVC board, establish oil quantity observation, then glue the entire structure together, finally open the oil and install a bolt structure with a sealing ring. So high-end hydraulic oil tank is now complete. It was then installed and secured to the frame. Observation window on the let you see how much gas is left at any time. Its thoughtfulness is comparable to a car gas. Then there's the oil distribution valve and the installation of hydraulic pumps. Pay attention to how the master craftsman hydraulic valve used to control the flow of hydraulic oil by controlling the input and output to achieve control of the hydraulic rod. Thus, mechanical movement. The hydraulic pump draws oil from the oil tank. How many distribution valves are there after all components are installed? It refers to the connection of hydraulic lines. This is still a dazzling operation. However, as long as you grasp the basic principles clear at a glance. If you understand, this means you're one step closer to becoming a master. It's okay if you didn't understand. Watch it several times. Anyway, the video can be replayed. Finally, hydraulic oil is injected. First, manually test whether the hydraulic oil is ensure no leaks. Oil leaks are a big deal. At best, there will be in severe cases all over the entire system. Therefore, this step cannot be taken. To achieve remote control operation, a remote control receiver and a power strip also need to be be installed. Lithium batteries and all parts installed. After the final pairing, learning of the remote control, you can then perfectly control the loader. Take the remote control. You are the driver of this loader, even though you can't get into it. But he can sense your will. Next, you started drawing. This is a picture of the cab for building a loader. The structure remains the same as the traditional secret recipe. After drawing and transfer, cut and manufacture the required PVC part. The entire cab and outer frame. That's when hands-on skills are truly put to the test. Crafting every tiny structure and component, everything must be made perfect. The cab may be small, but it has all the necessary functions. Were then assembled together. This is the base structure of the driver's cab. Next, join the tailgate and roof around the joint. And so, with your exquisite craftsmanship. The structure of the driver's cab gradually became interior driver's seat and steering wheel structure. All of these were cleverly arranged. Windshield, ultra-thin transparent acrylic sheets are can also achieve a realistic effect. Next, you can install the small driver's door. Enter and exit smooth. Next, install a simple locking mechanism. These operational details are truly meticulously crafted. All the windshield. So a perfectly designed driver's perfectly crafted one cab installed. From handmade models to miniature engineering machinery. Finally, install some secondary components. Then you can fix it to the frame. Then the climbing ladders and tires were installed on both. Mudguards affect the overall class of the loader. It looks exceptionally high-end, although the climbing period is short. All the necessary steps are present. If someone really wants to climb up, you probably need a magnifying glass to see it. Here, the loader's basic finishing touches are now complete. Production details are truly impeccable. How to make the entire loader, it presents a state that is even more realistic than the real thing. The entire loader will be spray paint. Overall adoption. Carter's signature black and yellow paint scheme. One has to admire such a well-rounded all-round. Talent is being scattered across the spray paint. Someone else might not be able to put it back together. But the masters are different. Before they demolished, I already had a complete equipment diagram in my mind. Now let's reveal the final product. Exquisite craftsmanship combined with realistic. It is simply a perfect work of art. I believe every man who sees this will be unable to resist, let alone men. Even women would want to entangle with her after seeing how is its loading performance. See how easily one shovelful can do it. The fun factor goes without saying. With this technology, easily set up a small construction. It's all very easy. I wonder what you think after. What kind of feelings would you have? Anyway, my feeling is that he's a master. Please accept my deepest respect. See you next time.